found in brackets 4, the statement of Warrant Officer LT Ndlovu of Middleburg DPCI, the download of cell phone of accused number 2, then number 70, it's exhibit DD in brackets 5, is a statement of Lieutenant Colonel G. House, analyst of cell phone of accused number 2, and the cell phone found in possession of accused number 5 at Kalagabusha prison. Then exhibit DD5 in brackets 1 are annexures 1 to 16 to Lieutenant Colonel House, so it should be House affidavit. Then exhibit DD5 in brackets A is the supplementary affidavit of Lieutenant Colonel House, and exhibit DD in brackets 5B, we'll deal with that just now, will be the additional statement of Lieutenant Colonel House. Then number 71, exhibit C in brackets 1 is the extract of SAP register from Tembisa South Police Station dated 1 June 2020 regarding the cell phone found in possession of accused number 1 during his arrest on the 30th of May 2020. Then exhibit C in brackets 2 is the affidavit of the SAP 13 store clerk, Constable M. Makwala from Tembisa South Police Station. Then exhibit D in bracket 6 is the extract of the SAP 13 register from Brixton Police Station dated 21 July 2020 regarding the phone found in possession of accused number 1 during his arrest on 30 May 2020. Then exhibit D in bracket 7 sorry, the collection sheet of buccal sample for accused number 2 by Sergeant KP Mashele. Then exhibit D7 in brackets 8 is a competency certificate of Sergeant KP Mashele to collect buccal samples. Then number 73, exhibit B in brackets 1, the buccal sample of accused number 3. Exhibit B in brackets 2 is the buccal sample of accused number 4. Exhibit D in brackets 8 is the acknowledgement of receipt of buccal samples of accused number 3 and 4 by the biology section of the forensic science laboratory. Then number 74, exhibit E. It's the affidavit by Mr. P. Low of Capitec Bank regarding the bank records of accused number 1, 2, 4, and 5. Then exhibit E in brackets 1 is the Capitec Bank statement of accused number 1. And exhibit E in brackets 2 is the Capitec Bank statement of accused number 5. Then the next page, page 7, exhibit E in brackets 3 is the Capitec Bank statement of accused number 4. Then number 75, exhibit E in brackets 4 is the affidavit of Ms. Pindile Bolelang of Nedbank regarding the bank records of accused number 1 and 5. Exhibit E in brackets 5, it's the Nedbank bank statement of accused number 1. Then exhibit triple E in brackets 6, it's the net bank statement of accused number 5. Then number 76, exhibit triple E in brackets 7 is the standard bank statement of accused number 1. And exhibits E and 9 are still to be handed up. Exhibit triple E in brackets 8 is the ABSA bank record and statement of accused number 2. Then exhibit triple E in brackets 9 will be the affidavit from ABSA. And the bank statement of accused number 5. Those are still to be handed up, my lord. Okay. Then, my lord, when we adjourned on Monday, we were busy with the bank statements and the bank records of the accused. We will request that that evidence stand down so that we can continue with the evidence of Lieutenant Colonel Hose. That also stood down last week, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was on Wednesday, the 24th of April. And the simple reason for this request is that Lieutenant Colonel Hose is not available next week. Okay. We adjourned early on Tuesday so that my colleagues can have the opportunity to consult on the additional statement of Lieutenant Colonel Hose. I intimated on Tuesday that following the criticism leveled against Lieutenant Colonel Hose, he then went and compiled an additional statement that shows the communication between the accused, the numbers that they communicated on, and the number of times that they communicated with each other. That information was handed to the defense on Tuesday, and I assume they had the opportunity to consult their own. And there was also information in the form of application for Section 2.5s that were handed to the defense on Tuesday, and there was additional information that was sent to them via electronic media yesterday evening, being emails and SMS of the Section 2.5 authorizations that related, my lord, mainly to the people who were in the house and a number of cell phone numbers for which application was made for in terms of Section 2.5 for the call data and RICA information. And hard copies of those documents were also handed to my learned friends this morning. And assuming that my learned friends are ready to proceed, my lord, I'm just wondering what will be the best way to put the additional information that Lieutenant Colonel Hose has now compiled. And we have marked that document Exhibit DD in brackets 5B. We will recall that Advocate Mngomezulu for accused number 4 was busy with cross-examination of, in fact, he had not started. He indicated that he needed more information, and that is the information that I've just referred to that has been furnished to the defense. The suggestion by the state is that the new information, the additional information as per Exhibit DD in brackets 5B that shows the communication between various accused, that before Advocate Ngumalo cross-examines that Colonel Hose just places that information on record so that we still do justice to the process in terms of the Criminal Procedure Act.
Yes.
I will then sit down
Yes, Mr.
to
Mngomezulu.
find out if any of my learned friends have got any submissions.
Yes, Mr. Mngomezulu.
Thank you, my lord. My lord, before I make submissions regarding the email that was sent to me, I saw it this morning. It relates to the section 205s. But now I want to find clarity from my colleague whether am I correct to say this thing when I'm going through this section 205 application, it relates to taxi violence operation Kaufela. What does that has to do with this court?
Yes, is that...
So what is ClickUp? ClickUp is an all-in-one productivity software where you can manage everything and
Now let's make submissions.
Yeah, no.
As indicated, my lord, this shows various numbers were identified as those belonging to the accused, and an application was then made to various service providers for call data on those numbers. The supporting affidavit is made by the late Sergeant Mabena, and the authorizations were made in Nduchana, but they were submitted to Vodacom in Gauteng. And the purpose, my lord, is just to show that in light of the defense of the accused, that some of the accused did not know each other, that information shows that from 2018 there was communication between the various accused. That is the sole purpose, my lord.
From 2018?
Yeah, from 2018. You will recall that the accused were arrested in 2020.
Yes.
So the information by the service provider is only stored for 3 years. So they could only go back up to 2018.
Okay.
God please, my lord. My lord, thank you for the explanation by my colleague. Regarding the additional information or affidavit by Colonel Hose, I think it will be prudent that that evidence should be placed on record, because there's an additional affidavit that has been furnished to us. And the sequence of, because I understand that Advocate Ngumalo did not cross-examine Mr. Hose. So I would request the opinion of the court in relation to the new evidence now brought by the state of Colonel Hose.
Mr. Ramsepi.
Madam, I also echo the same sentiment that we need guidance from the court, because there's new evidence now that's being presented. That's the court pieces.
Okay. Mr. Nisi.
As it is a court, my lord, it will be recalled that I was in the process of cross-examining Mr. Hose when there was an issue regarding the content of the record, which has since been clarified. I therefore need to proceed from there. But beyond that, there's also new information which has just surfaced, that is got to do with accused number 3, my client. There's also a very mysterious number that is now resurfaced in terms of the document that has been sent overnight. There's also a new number. And all along the state was asserting that accused number 3 is not affected by these cell phone records, but all of a sudden there's a new number. I haven't consulted that. I don't know where the number comes from or applied for that number. How does it really affect him? How does it really affect him insofar as this case is concerned. Those are all the concerns that I have, that I also need to study these documents, these voluminous documents, my lord. If the court can just look at these voluminous documents, and I'll also have to study them and go and consult with Mr. Mure in order to get proper instructions. Because I don't want a position or a situation at the end of it all where the state would want to come and argue that accused persons are changing their versions, are chopping and changing their version as the case progresses, because this is out of their own making. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Mngomezulu.
My lord, I wish to confirm that I've also received additional information this morning, which was not supplied to me on Tuesday. On top of that, my lord, on the affidavit of Lieutenant Colonel Coase, he also says that when he analyzed the numbers, there is also SMSs, communication through SMSs that I've requested from the state to provide me in order to further consult with my client. Thank you.
So you haven't got those SMSs?
Yes, I haven't received those SMSs, my lord. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Sholo.
Okay, my lord. My lord, firstly, on a Tuesday when we adjourned, my lord, the state supplied to us the incomplete information, the incomplete statements of Colonel Genenda, my lord. We were told that they will be supplied later in the day, which was on Tuesday, on the 30th of April, my lord. And those pages, they never came, my lord. Out of the bundle that was supplied to us on the 30th of April, my lord, there was a bank records for accused number 5 from Absa Bank. I managed to secure a consultation in prison, my lord, even if it was not, legal visit was not allowed. However, the head of the prison allowed me to consult. I consulted on that document, which is Absa records, which was made available to me on the 30th. This morning, I received another bundle of documents from the state, of which I have not been able to read them. I can see also the email was sent last night at 2300 hours, of which I was not told not to sleep and wait for this email. Unfortunately, I couldn't read it overnight. As a result, my lord, I would like to place it on record that this is a trial by ambush, my lord. Yesterday, I had all the day to consult with my client on all the documents that the state is preparing or anticipating to use. However, the documents were not supplied to me, especially the affidavits which were marked by my learned friend, Mr. Baloy, that there are pages that are missing. And my lord, what is very bad in this trial is that the state is dishonest with this court. The state is not telling the truth in this court, that they need time to investigate and to compile all the necessary records that are supposed to be supplied to the defense, so that we can be able to consult properly and then be able to run with this trial. Now, Mr. Host,
I strongly object to the language employed by my learned friend, say that we are dishonest. We are officers of this court, we will never be dishonest. No, English is not our language, but I suppose that's not really what, or I want to believe that's not what my learned friend is implying, but we will never be dishonest.
okay, thank you, my lord. They are honest. The state is honest, my lord. I'm changing from dishonest to honest. The state is honest. My lord, the witness is called now to the witness box to proceed with this trial, whereas we are being supplied with information which is relevant to this witness this morning, my lord, which makes it difficult for us, for even to formulate our defense and the case that we need to put to this witness who is currently in the witness box. My lord, the supply of documents in piecemeal is affecting the whole process, my lord. Today we're giving this, tomorrow we're giving this, and tomorrow we'll be surprised to receive other documents. That's the point that I'm trying to make, my lord. But I'm not saying if the state says they are not dishonest, they are honest.
Is that sarcasm?
My lord, it's because they are in front of the court when my learned friend is making submissions. He's not being truthful to tell the court that we have supplied the documents which were incomplete on the 30th. And we have not been able to finish the defense with the outstanding documents. That's where it's supposed to start. And we still need time, or we're still going to finish the defense with those documents and explain the time as to when we will be able to receive those outstanding documents from the documents that we were finished with on the 30th on Tuesday, my lord, to start with. Let alone the documents that were sent last night. We have not even given with a reason or whatever, even if we don't deserve the explanation. We received them last night, and this morning we're expected to be ready to proceed with this witness. To explain the honesty on the part of the state who are working with in this case, my lord. Thank you, my lord.
Thanks. Before you respond, yeah, yes.
May I be permitted to make further submissions, madam?
Yes, I'm listening.
Oh yes, thank you, my lord. My lord, I agree with my colleague, Advocate Msholo. As I've indicated earlier, really, I would submit with due respect, whatever information that comes after a full disclosure, after the trial has commenced, it's ambush. My lord, it is ambush in the sense that the state is the dominus litis. The defense cannot dictate the nature and the manner of evidence to be presented and the witnesses to be called. But the court, I wish the court to be mindful of the evidence that the state is eliciting at this stage. The state, as the evidence has already been tendered before this court, is trying to refute or rebut the evidence of an alibi. Number two is trying to rebut the evidence that these accused know each other. This evidence that is led in this court by these witnesses relating to the bank statements, relating to the cell phones, it's something that happened after the state brought this or brings this evidence, which occurred after the incident of 2014. I'll say this slowly so that it will be understood to say, during the inception of this trial, even if I was not there, but I followed the records, none of these accused persons tendered a plea explanation in terms of Section 115. No one. The only state, it's a fishing expedition by the state now to say they listened to the version that was put by my colleague Mr. Ramsepidi in one of the witnesses to say accused number one was not in Gauteng on the day Senzo was killed. Now the state wants to focus on that. They now deviate from the elements that they need to prove on what happened in 2014. If the state was confident enough that they have something to say before this court, they should have led evidence. I'm not dictating, but they should have led evidence in relation to, for instance, my lord, let me just put it into practical perspective on what was delivered or was said before this court. Mboto read the affidavit of accused number one. Rapadu read the confession of accused number two. It dealt with the communication where Kelly asked where Kelly asked, where are you? Those are records that are relevant. I'm in possession of the 205s for Kelly Kuman. And the state, I'm going to show the state that there was no such a communication. That is direct evidence. I'm not sucking a thumb to say I'm looking for the number for Ntuli, for Mapisa, for whoever. I've got the records for Kelly Kuman on the date of when Senzo was killed. They're busy with 2018, 2021. We are not really interested. That's not our defense. The main defense during Section 106 was that it's a bad denial. They denied having killed Senzo. So now they want to create their own defense because of what my colleague Ramsipidi said. Accused number 1 was not there. They're busy now. That's why one will be tempted to say they are cooking. They are manufacturing day in, day out. So that it can fit what the state wants to do. Because I can tell this court now, they don't have a case. I'm not arguing the case, but I don't see the purpose of this witness to be here. Number 2, this disclosure, what time do we have to go through? Because if you consult with the client, sentence by sentence, transaction by transaction, is this fair? Is it fair trial to this accused? Moreover, our defense, we blatantly denied, vehemently denied the involvement of this accused in the killing of Senzo Meyo. I even put it on my cross-examination or in one of the investigating office. And I still have to prove that that evidence in this court. Now they're busy fitting us with 2018, 2020, 2021. We don't even have time to consult. This is pure ambush.
Okay, thank you.
My Lord, may I say this for the last time? When I get into this trial, it was trial within a trial. The court made it an exception that discovery can be made during a trial within a trial, not in a main trial. Now we're getting everything here. Thank you, my Lord.
Thanks.
If I might just briefly respond, my Lord. Well, firstly, we've indicated there was this disc, my Lord, that was applied to the defense some time ago last year already. And this information that Advocate Msholola says is incomplete, the investigating officers indicated to me that it's contained in the disc. So all that we are doing, my Lord, is to supply the defense with hard copies of what was contained.
Yeah, okay, so that I understand you clearly.
Yes, in
That
the disc.
hard disk was in October last year.
Yes, if not earlier.
And are you saying now that hard disk contains all the evidence
Yes.
which Mr. Host is supposed to give before this court?
No, not
hinted, but
the additional.
Not the additional.
No, not the additional
Okay.
evidence, my Lord. That is the first thing, and secondly, my Lord, I hear the submissions of Mr. Mngomezulu, but in the nature of a trial, the state supplies all the information that it has at the beginning of the trial, but during the trial, propositions are put to the witnesses, and the state needs to follow up on those propositions. And this is merely this information that was gathered as a result of those propositions, as Mr. Mngomezulu pointed out that no clear explanation was finished. So as the trial unfolds, the state gets to know what the defense of the accused is, and is on the basis that now information is being gathered, and that is why this information is being tendered. But just briefly regarding the submission by Advocate Mnisi that there's a new information on the number of accused number 3. When we adjourned on Tuesday, Advocate Munyeki, who was standing in for him, did consult with accused number 3 on this new number, and he came back to us regarding that number. So that issue was canvassed by Advocate Munyeki. I will not dwell. I think it's only fair if one needs time to prepare, and the court has always been reasonable, has bent over backwards to accommodate the defense to say we need more time, we request time, instead of trying to cast aspersions on colleagues. And the state has always been reasonable. If the defense needs more time, we will concede to that request.
Okay. My worry is, Mr. House, you say you're not available next week.
No, my lord. Next week I'm not available from the...
You're available the week after?
Yes, my lord. That's
Wat
correct.
sal die datum wees? Na aanstaande week?
Ja.
Wat sal die datum wees?
Dus 4th, let me just check.
I think should be around the 10th.
13th, I think.
No, it should be around the 10th of May.
May.
Yes, should be.
13th.
It's actually the 13th of May.
13th of
Yes,
13th of May,
Yes.
from that week.
Yes, my lord.
But I must respond to what Mr. Wilson I just wanted to say that
The cross-examination, I'm told, of Mr. House